Hey folks, Brian Blessing hanging out in Las Vegas. Always excited to be with you here at scoresandodds.com. Another week of football gets underway with the Thursday night game. Oddsworthbetting.com has the feature pick of the day for you right below this video. Minnesota and Arizona. How about this Arizona team? 7.5 is the number here. The total in the game is 45.5. Here's the question. What do we do with Minnesota? It's funny, I posed this question on my radio show last Friday after Green Bay won the game on Thursday night with the Hail Mary against the Lions. I posed the question, could Minnesota suffer a huge letdown? Even though they weren't playing, it was like they lost a football game. And I really believe that's what happened. And I'm not taking anything away from Seattle, who played a really, really good game and shut down Adrian Peterson. But I think that was a massive punch to the gut for Minnesota in that particular game. Now, it just drives the point home that this has been one of the most volatile years that anyone in Las Vegas, all the sportsbook directors, everybody we talk to, they've never seen from week to week change of opinions and skewed numbers. So all of a sudden, this Minnesota team that was playing lights out football has a bad game. And if you give them the mini pass for the letdown from Green Bay winning that game, or you say they flunked the test against Seattle, but they had a bad day. But now all of a sudden, this team that runs, stops the run, beats some really good teams. They're catching more than a touchdown on the road. Again, if you go back before that game last week, Arizona's probably 6, maybe 5.5, 6. So the overreactions that are out there are pretty incredible. Now, that doesn't mean Arizona doesn't boat race. I mean, this Arizona team, this is going to be a really compelling postseason. Carolina's still on the unbeaten roll. And maybe it really is as simple as we've got a collision course with Arizona ultimately going to bump into Carolina, the NFC. Who knows who gets in from the NFC East? But Arizona, they get that Thursday game against Minnesota, and that gets the fun started. Don't forget, oddsworthbetting.com has the feature pick of the day for you below this video. College basketball, pretty quiet night. Some of the games, I'll just say, Canisius is at Penn State. I've had a chance to watch this Canisius team. They run up and down the court. They knock down their threes, and they actually have a couple of big guys that pass the ball extremely well to one another on the interior. It's amazing with each passing year. You say, oh, these guys lost. These players, they're going to be awful. It just drives home the point how important coaches are. Jim Barron's done a great job with Canisius. They're playing at Penn State. Iowa State, nice rivalry game there. Iowa State the other night had a 49-46 lead with about 8 minutes to go against Buffalo. Blew it wide open, ended up winning the game by 21, and the line on the game was 22. So it's amazing how it generally always comes down to the wagering number. Now, on Thursday in the NBA, we look at some of the matchups. We've got that TNT doubleheader. That's generally the excitement on a Thursday, and we get the Clippers taking on the Bulls in Chicago, and it will be the Knicks at Sacramento to take on the Kings. And Sacramento is just such a different team. Cousins is in, and he's playing. The Kings are a dangerous team. The other two games, Phillies at Brooklyn. Wow. Someone's probably going to go to that game. And then Atlanta is at Oklahoma City. As for the National Hockey League on a Thursday night, we get to a broader base of games. In total, we're looking at 7 games. Montreal's at Detroit. That should be a good one. Ottawa, Tampa Bay, 2 good young teams. Phillies at St. Louis. Chicago's at Nashville. Columbus is at Winnipeg. And the get-out game sends Buffalo north of the border. They're on a western road swing. They lost to Edmonton. They lost to Vancouver. Now they wrap it up with the Flames on a Thursday night. So there's a lot of action on the wagering board for you on a Thursday night. Oddsworthbetting.com has the feature pick of the day for you right below this video. Brian Blessing in Las Vegas. We'll be back to tee it up on a Friday heading into a busy weekend for you from Las Vegas.